Broadcasting from a secret bunker underneath Fort McHenry, it's the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hey, Nice Guy community, welcome back. Welcome back. I do hope everybody enjoyed the interview yesterday, which was with, I jump right in and I say that. I don't even have the goddamn person right up here. I don't know who it was. That would have been, as I flipped through my calendar. Right, Nick Muzzotti. I love Nick. Nick's a good guy.
Nick is great. Hey everybody, my name is Doug Sandler. If you're a first-time listener, thank you for tuning in to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. That guy over there, he is usually not so forgetful. I am usually the forgetful one. So, hey, what happened? You must have had a really long weekend.
Thank you for keeping me honest. Yes, my name is Strickland Bonner. We are the Nice Guys on Business, and Laura Cannon, I took Laura's yoga class yesterday. And you know what, Laura? I fucking hate you right now, okay? I am hurting. Yes. I, by the way, I love Laura. Laura Cannon was in our interview. I'll have to find the episode number. We'll put a link in the show notes. But Laura teaches a yoga class also. And, she kicked my ass yesterday and it's really good. I mean, I'm sore, but it's a good sore.
It serves you right, because didn't you sleep through the last week? You were going to go and you never made it because you slept through it?
Yeah, I did. She ended up having an emergency last minute anyway, so she didn't do it either. But I did sleep through it. But I am going to start doing it regularly because exercise is so important and I'm just too lazy to do it. I'm not a gym guy, by the way. I can't go out to the gym, but I really need to stay active. And yeah, I'm going to.
Well, I personally think that the gyms actually, we are the exact person that they are looking for to have in their membership base, because we're the ones that pay the bill every month, but we never go.
You actually pay the bill?
No, I don't anymore. I stopped going, and then I said, this is silly. I'm paying my bill and I'm not in it. And then, Mike Michalowicz came on the show and he told me to go through my credit card bill and see all the expenses that I have that I don't actually use. The gym was one of them, and I canceled my gym membership. Good. It's not that I don't want to be a healthy guy. But I think that if my process in my brain goes, well, you're paying it, that should be enough. Why do you actually need to go? But no, so I stopped paying, and now I feel better. It's brought more wellness into my life now that I'm not paying and not going. So.
I love it. All right. So, are we jumping into our first topic? We're going to talk about our sponsor. How do we, Doug,
what's the format of this
today? The format. Let's do the promise statement.
Oh, geez, I knew you would say that. Hold on.
It's right here in front of me.
I know. Well, could you read it?
For those of you, here's the promise statement, Nice Guy community. Our goal is to provide the most entertaining podcast experience ever, period. Please hold us to that standard. And the best way to do that, the best way to hold us to that standard is give us feedback. You want to subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on Overcast, subscribe on Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast. Also, in the show notes, we have a survey link. It is going to be the very first thing in the show notes for the next couple of weeks at least, because we want to find out about you guys. Now, the survey, by the way, I know it's like, I got to click something and answer some fucking questions. Now, it's really quick and easy. Doug, how many questions is it? 4 or 5, something like that? I'm
just going back to the quick and easy. I dated a girl in college. That was quick and easy.
We want to cater the show to you, the listener. And to do that, we need to know a little bit more about you guys. We'd really appreciate it. It's a totally anonymous survey, but the more we can find out about you and your interests and what you like, the better we can serve you. So please go to the show notes, find the link that says survey, and just take the survey for us. It is really, really quick. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah, so you started to talk about our guest yesterday, Nick Muzzotti, and great guest. And if you have the schedule right in front of you, Strick, you can actually tell me who might be even coming up on Friday. Do you have that?
That would be on a different page. But since I'm not an Apple guy, Paul Maskell. Paul was a very interesting guy too. That was actually an interview that I did, which doesn't happen that often. So yeah, Paul Maskell.
I'm looking at my schedule this week. I have 2, 4, 6. I have 7 interviews scheduled. Everybody from Ethan from Bomb Bomb. Oh, I'm going to have such a great time with Ethan. Oh, no. Mike DeSecco, he's a great guy. Jennifer Hecht. Oh, we're going to have a great time with Jennifer Hecht. She runs she has her own podcast. It's all about relationships and dating. You guys are going to love it and how it relates to the business world as well. Those are all some great interviews that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have a jam-packed schedule for y'all. I'm looking forward to all these interviews.
Crazy stuff. So I had some point that we were going to get into. I don't remember what the hell it was.
Hey, and then can we talk about our mastermind group? I want to do that.
You see, that's a great idea because the mastermind group, Doug and I have been talking for the last over an hour. We got together an hour ago to start recording a podcast, and we've been talking about this mastermind group. Are we going to lock in the dates? Are we going to really spill the beans?
Yeah, do it.
November 7th, 8th, and 9th is the dates, and it's right in the election day, right in the middle. All right. But this mastermind group, man, we are coming up with some really great, exciting ideas, and we would love to have you guys join. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be limited. 10 people. That's it. We're only doing 10 because it's going to be a very intimate mastermind group. And the whole idea is that we are going to have speakers who have intimate knowledge of different businesses, right? So we're going to have a number of presentations about how you can grow your business, but then every one of the speakers is also going to be a member of the mastermind group. So we're going to have group sessions where we all sit down and say, hey, here's an issue I have with my business. Anybody have any ideas? Here's some place that I struggle with my business. Does anybody have any ideas? And you're going to have 9 other people along with myself and Doug. And we're basically going to be able to look at it from totally different perspectives, from different businesses, from different angles, and offer advice. I mean, this could be huge.
But you want to know the true hook on this whole thing, and you've left it out completely. And it is the first of probably annual. I would say we got to do this annually, but the first karaoke and mastermind group.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Maybe we'll do the karaoke on election night.
Well, that would make sense. Yeah. It's going to be, everybody's going to come in on a Monday, late afternoon or evening. We're going to do a whole bunch of fun stuff on Monday. Tuesday is going to be spent doing mastermind stuff. It's going to be our top keynote speakers that we're going to have come in. And then on Tuesday night, we're going to do the karaoke sing-off, which is even going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday, we got more speakers. I mean, we are just in the preliminary stages, but we've already gotten commitments from a couple of keynote speakers that you are going to love. We're not, since we have not yet got them to sign the application, Strick. I think it's very important we get them to sign a disclosure.
We don't want to commit to any names yet because we don't want to have people come back and listen to the podcast and go, oh, you said so-and-so was going to be there. We're trying to get the names signed on the dotted line, but we have a lot in the works right now for this.
I'm thinking that. Do you think that maybe either Trump or Clinton will be a little busy to come and speak like they promised?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. That's going to be and it's going to be a really tough night for one of the two of them. Do you how quickly after somebody votes do you find out if you've won?
It's usually, unless it's a really, really close race, usually by, sometime in the evening, 9 or 10 o'clock, they have a pretty good idea.
I'm pretty sure that of all of the elections that have gone down in the last, couple hundred years, this is probably going to be a pretty close one.
It's going to be an interesting one, at least, most definitely. So once again, that is going to be November 7th, 8th, and 9th, and that is in Baltimore, Maryland. That's right. That's where we are. Beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. Know your, what's the heck
geography?
I'm looking for? No, your bulletproof vest is not included. All right. But trust us, you don't need it. We've lived in Baltimore all our lives. We've never been shot.
All our lives. And we've only been shot at a couple times. There are no bullets flying. It is not at all like, what is it, The Wire? Is that what's on?
It's not like The Wire, and it's not like what everybody else thinks of Baltimore. We love Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore's really cool. And it'll probably be at a hotel that's fairly close to the airport so that we can, have access to all of the fun stuff that the airport surroundings have to offer. Great restaurants, great meeting space, great speakers, great travel arrangement. It's going to be very, very simple. It's going to be low cost. We want to just get you guys in so that you understand how this mastermind group is put together so that in the future that we have these things that are going to be even off the hook, amazing, just like this one's going to be.
Yep, but it's only going to be available to the first 10 people. We are keeping this group very small. And in fact, really, we're down to like only 8 because we've got 2 speakers signed up already. I mean, like not signed, but almost signed. 2 speakers who have committed, which leaves us only 8 more slots. So if you are a listener and you are interested, drop us a line. You can email Doug at DougAtDougSandler.com, or tweet out to us. Let us know. Or, hey, what's our new email? We actually have an email, right? NiceGuysOnBusiness@gmail.
Yeah, NiceGuysOnBusiness@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, this is like getting legit.
Oh, that's crazy, right?
I mean, ever since the 200th episode, it's gone.
We're just on the flying. We're off the rails. I mean, we're just nonstop.
Did you have you taken a look at the numbers this month so far?
That's crazy.
We are going to surpass the 30,000 downloads that we did last month.
I know, it's insane. I love that. And it's all because of you listeners. We appreciate it.
We really do. All right. So make sure you click on the show notes. They'll have some information about how to become a part of that of the mastermind group that's going to be coming up in November. We are looking forward to that. All right. Let's get to let's see. Well, we had a sponsor today's show, don't we?
We do. We actually have a sponsor today. Our sponsor is,
Interview
Valet.
Interview Valet. Tom Schwab and his guys over there.
So what's cool with Tom, all right, now, by the way, as soon as you hear Interview Valet, people think podcast, which absolutely you should. But
wait, I don't think podcasts.
You don't?
No, I think that this is a guy with a white glove that is helping me get my interviews.
Well, that is exactly what it is. But where I was going, Doug, with this was, I don't want anybody who is listening now to tune out because they don't have a podcast.
Oh, no.
They may be thinking that, hey, I don't have a podcast. Why do I care?
No, this isn't about podcasts. It's about how to market the stuff that you got.
And becoming a guest on other podcasts. And by the way, if you've never thought about doing this, if you are a small business owner, you don't know what you're missing.
No, it's great. It's great. The people that come on our show have always remark about the amount of traffic that they get to their website after they come on our show. What's great about being a guest on a podcast is that you have a conversation, free flowing. It's really easy to talk and promote your products. Very, very simple to just, you're having a conversation with a guy sitting across the table from you or sitting across a Skype session from you. And you're just talking about all the great things that not only that your company offers, but that you offer as a person. And the audience falls in love with you. Imagine having 20, 30, 40, 100,000 people listen to the products and services, listen to you describe the products and services that you offer. And because you're a nice guy and girl, they actually like you.
And then what else is great about Interview Valet is if you are thinking to yourself, you know what, I'd love to promote my business and get those kind of listeners, but you know what, I'm just not that guy or that girl. I don't know how to be interviewed or I don't know what to say exactly. Tom does it all. So if you sign up with Interview, and again, Tom, I say it like it's one guy, man, it's his whole team. Tom and his team at Interview Valet, they are going to coach you. They're going to teach you. They're not only going to find the right podcasts for you to be on, they're going to give you hints and tips and how to stay cool and how to answer questions. And then after the episodes come out, he helps promote it on social media.
It's great. It's great. And the reason that Tom became a sponsor of the show initially was because, well, not only the begging that certainly helped. No, but he's actually sent us some great guests. And I said to him, Tom, I said, how do you prepare your guests so well for the show? He says, that's what the business is all about. It's about helping them get in. It's about helping them prepare for every podcast, no matter, it can be a conversational podcast. It can be a Q&A podcast. It can be a panel discussion, any number of different podcast formats that are out there. Once you get on the show, he prepares you. You are ready once you come to the podcast land. And Tom and his group really will help you do that.
His tagline, our concierge level podcast guest booking service prepares you for immediate success. And it's true. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Concierge level podcast guest booking services. He covers it all.
So how do we get in touch with Tom?
Okay, so what you want to do is go to the show notes. You click on the link that says Interview Valet. It's going to be right in the show notes. It is important, guys, if you go to the show notes. His website is interviewvalet.com, but we want to be straight up and totally transparent with you. We do get a little commission if you go to his website through us. In other words, let him know that you learned about him from the nice guys. We'd appreciate it. And then, he gives us a little plug and we love that.
I'm spending all my money on it. I'm getting a new one, a 10-speed bike. I'm looking forward to it.
10-speed. Ooh.
Yeah, remember like the Schwinn, with the Ram handlebars?
Yeah, kind of a step down from your Harley, just a little bit. Yeah.
I am not getting a bicycle.
All right, let's move on. We got our sponsor covered for Tom and Interview Valet. We got a list of topics here. I got to go to my other page for my list of topics. By the way, not a different device. Okay. Not my 27 Apple devices like Doug has. I have a single PC.
Let me tell you something.
All my information.
So I was working this past weekend. Yeah. Again, nice guy community. If you don't know this about me, I am a DJ. I'm a guy that's out at social events. And this past weekend, I was at a bar mitzvah, and one of the guys that works for me, I'm actually the MC, the guy that with the microphone in my hand. The DJ that normally works with me, he was not able to work with me. So I had another guy, a friend of mine, Scott. He was my DJ this weekend, and he came to the event with his two PCs And neither one of them was working properly.
What? Are you kidding?
No, I mean, it was just, one of them needed to be updated. One of them had just updated to Windows 10 and shit the bed. I mean, in the beginning, I have to tell you, I was a little nervous. Fortunately, I had my Mac and my backup Mac with me, and I was ready to go. But I got to tell you, I just the whole idea, he's like, I just got off the phone with Microsoft. I'm like, you have to call Microsoft for something? Do they even have a phone number? Did Microsoft talks to you?
Look, I don't know how many of our guests out there, obviously a lot of you have Apple products because you listen on Overcast, but upgrading to Windows 10. Okay. I mean, Doug, tell me something. Would you upgrade your Mac operating system the day of a gig? Like you would, the morning, the afternoon. Thank you. Exactly. Because I don't want to hear you say, oh yeah, Macs have no problem at all. There's no fucking way you would ever update your entire operating system on the day of a gig. So I'm sorry. That's user error. Okay. I would never change my operating system on the day of the gig.
No, I agree with you 100%. I don't know if he did it the day of or if he was just having an extended issue. I don't know why. There's so many compatibility issues. It seems like are you a Windows 10 user? I don't know anything about Windows at all. Are you Windows?
Yeah, I have a number of machines that are Windows 7 and others that are Windows 10. So yes, it is. Windows 10 is a big.
Wait, what happened to 8 and 9?
Okay, there was a Windows 8, and that was like a tweener that kind of came and went quickly because it really wasn't great. Windows 9, it's fun. Well, it wasn't like it was broken. It just wasn't great. It wasn't helpful. But that's the other thing, right? Like, let's say Apple comes out with a new operating system and something's really funky or there's shit that people don't like, right? I mean, they're not going to come out with another one like 6 months later. I mean, this is what Microsoft did. Basically, Windows 8 came out and people were like, like they were trying to appeal to the people that had tablets so you could do a touch screen, but it just wasn't really that good. Well, I think Windows 10 ended up coming out like 6 months, maybe a year later. I mean, Microsoft basically said, hey, you know what? We fucked up. So let's come up with the next good one and let's make it really quick.
Do you think if put on the spot, like right now, that you could sing the Nice Guys Blues when it comes to Windows?
I don't know. I have to think about that. I mean, I always make it up as I go along anyway. So they're talking about Windows because that's what you get on your PC. We ain't talking about no Apple because I don't like that for breakfast for me. Yeah, talking about Windows. I don't know why we have Windows 8 and then 10. Maybe Microsoft forgot how to count. But I don't know if that says something about everything else that Microsoft does. So let's see if we can come up with something better. Because I don't think any of that rhymed. Maybe between Apple and PC. I could do a search and find something that rhymes to come up with a better song. But I just don't know where to go. Yeah.
Bring it home.
Maybe that's the problem. We shouldn't be looking at Microsoft or Apple. We should just be looking at Google. Because Google's gonna run the fucking world anyway. Whether we like it or not. Yeah. That was decidedly unfocused. It's too early, and I haven't had enough to drink to be able to rhyme that well.
That's actually pretty good. The sun was still shining and everything outside.
Okay, so you know why they skipped Windows 9?
No, why? Because it sucks.
Any of our fucking topics yet, and we're 20 minutes on the podcast. The reason they skipped Windows 9, there was Windows 97 or 98, right?
Yeah.
Apparently there is still some leftover code, like way back hidden deep in the Windows operating system that if they referred to Windows 9, it would think it was being referred to Windows 98.
Oh my God.
And that's exactly why they skipped it. That's what I heard.
That just doesn't even make sense.
Maybe.
Isn't there a way around? You figure the coders, it's something like the millennium. The millennium, when the millennium came, everybody thought that everything was going to blow up.
Right. The Y2K thing.
Did you get swept up in that at all?
That's how I ended up becoming a database guy, because we created the database that was created in my old company, Washington Talent, was created because of the Y2K bug. And I was the guy that said, hey, I think I could design this. And I kind of taught myself relational database programming. And so I got swept up in it like that. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Sort of steered my whole career path from there, I guess. Which
how far in advance did people see that that Y2K was coming? I mean, how far?
Well, here's the thing. It was, people were seeing it, I think, if I remember correctly, 2 years in advance, but ultimately it didn't end up being as huge a deal as everybody thought it would be.
Did anything blow up at all?
Not that I know of. Not that I remember. I mean, it was a long time ago now,
Hey, so I went into KMart, not to switch subjects, but it's so like me. I went into Kmart. We needed to buy a vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
And I guess to whatever degree this might relate to customer service, because I think that Kmart should go the way of like Comcast and Sprint and all of the other places that are out there.
But Comcast and Sprint are still in business.
Yeah, but Comcast and Sprint suck, and so does Kmart.
Okay, but it sounds like what you're saying, Doug. You said Kmart should go the way of Comcast and Sprint.
No,
so
they are.
They should suck.
What I meant,
they are going that way.
They are going in the way. Maybe maybe my vocal view was not 100% correct.
Okay, now.
I heard somebody say the other day. I was at a conference, and she was talking about lessons learned, and she said maybe I should get out my such and such primer. I love that. It was great. I'm like, yeah, where I should have gotten that on a recording, because nobody's going to believe that there actually is the word primer. Anyway, so I'm in Kmart the other day. This is now about 2 weeks ago, and we bought a vacuum cleaner because our vacuum cleaner just gave up at our house. Enough already, enough. I can't take any more dirt. Mm-hmm. You have to clean the filter on those things, everyone.
Empty the bag.
So empty the bag. Yeah, I have. So we bought a bagless vacuum cleaner. Uh-huh. So we go to checkout, and my wife Danielle, she was actually in another line because the lines were really long. She got in another line, and she reached the front of the line, which was fine. And I was just reaching my cashier at that time. So the cashier at the line that she went through, after she paid for all of her stuff, they gave her a coupon. It was good for $5 off. So she hands me the coupon while my cashier was ringing up our vacuum cleaner. Mm-hmm. So I ring it up and I said, hold on a second. My wife just gave me a $5 coupon. She says, I'm sorry, it's too late. I've already rung it up. Mm-hmm. And I said, you haven't hit. And she in the meantime is continuing to hit not only her buttons on her cash register, right, but it took my credit card out of my hand, swiped it on the machine that I am supposed to use to swipe, and starts hitting the buttons. I said, hold on. I said, can you just stop for 1 second? She says, sir, it's too late. I've already rung it up. I said, you haven't rung it up yet. And she hit, because I was watching her, it hadn't totaled out. Uh-huh. And while she's staring me in the eye, she bloop hits the one button that finishes the transaction. Uh-huh. Said, well, you didn't have to do that. I said, what? I have a coupon now. My wife just went through the other line. She has a coupon. I said, why did you do that? She said, I'm not arguing with you, sir. I said, ma'am, I'm not arguing with you. I was as calm as possibly could be. So she says, I'm really sorry. She says, let's take it over to customer service. Okay. Because now she can't give me the credit at her register. They have to go over to customer service. Okay. We walk over to customer service together. Customer service, it takes the coupon, starts ringing up the refund. But before they do that, they made one more transaction and they rang it up again. Okay, so this is good. So now they owe me it was like a $50 some odd vacuum cleaner, whatever. Uh-huh. So she rings up the next transaction. So now I have 2 transactions and no refunds on my credit card statement.
Right.
She says, okay, well, it'll appear as a refund. I said, can I have the receipt, please? So I have at least, because I knew they were fucking not going to, some reason something was going to happen. I wasn't going to get my refund back.
Right.
It's been 2 weeks. I have not gotten my refund back.
And you've been charged twice.
And I've been charged twice. So I call up Kmart, which is a shit show to begin with.
I'm sure.
I call up Kmart, catapulted to some overseas call center. Again, fine. For everybody that works for the overseas call centers, God bless you. I appreciate and respect everybody that's not within.
They're not listening. They don't understand English.
We do. Yes, they do, because they speak enough English to know how to tell me that I'm wrong.
Right,
I can tell you that. So, okay. So now the overseas call center asked me for the receipt number. So I give the receipt number to them and they said, I'm going to need to contact the store. So while I'm on the phone, she puts me on hold and she's contacting the store now. Then when she connects with the store, now it's me, the overseas call center, and the local Kmart store all in a 3-way phone call.
Wow.
I'm like, this is a total fucking shit show.
Yeah.
So we finally get to the bottom of it. And they said, we're sorry, sir. It takes 8 to 10 business days for a credit to appear on your credit card. I'm like, what? It takes you 2 seconds to take my money. It takes 8 days to get my money back.
I know, it's amazing, right?
I don't even understand that. So I'm looking at my bank account right now as we speak. I'm looking at this. My credit has still not appeared, and it was let's see. It happened on the 9th. What's today? Today's forget whatever today is. Whatever. It's
well over 10 business days.
Well over 10 business days. I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. It's no wonder they're doing so poorly.
Okay, so another reason that I would love to get Southwest as a sponsor for our show, or you know what, maybe we should just interview somebody that works at Southwest, like get one of their customer service people. Yeah. So I had a flight 2 or 3 months ago that I was booked on and I canceled. Now with Southwest, you cancel, there's no cancellation fee, right? I got an email, all good, right? So I went to rebook that and use that credit. And so I put the credit in and they said, no, we're sorry. You know, this credit isn't valid. And I'm like, what's going on? So I call them and I give them the locator number. They're like, no, this shows that you were a no-show on the flight. And I said, what do you mean? Well, it says if you just don't show up for a flight, then basically you lose the credit. I said, oh yeah, I totally understand. I have my cancellation email right here. Okay.
This was with Southwest.
Correct. It was with Southwest and I had canceled the flight. So I should have gotten the credit, but basically somehow the actual cancellation slipped through the cracks for them, right? Well, the woman said, hey, this is cool. I appreciate you sending this to me. Do me a favor. We need to do this by email through customer service because I can't help you with this. Okay. All good. Right. I email customer service directly. And she said, and this way you got a paper trail or email trail basically. Right. So I email them and 5 days later, I hadn't heard anything back. And then I get an email that's saying, hey, by the way, we've had a lot of problem with they had some computer glitch that hung a whole bunch of shit up. Right. And they said, hey, we're sorry. It's been 5 days. We know you haven't heard back from us. We're really sorry. We have not forgotten about you. If you want, you can call this number and get somebody directly, but we want to let you know we haven't forgotten about you, right? So first off, yes, it's been a couple of days since they got back to me, but they're keeping me updated. They're telling me they care, right? That's great, right? And then,
wait a minute. Hold on. Kmart is calling me. I'm sure they're telling me that my credit has not been approved yet. I could not imagine if anybody at Kmart would actually call me, I would drop dead right now.
That would be funny. That'd be really funny. So anyway, so that was another week ago and I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with it yet. So I get an email from them today that basically says, hey, you know what? We looked over your case and it looks like you were a no-show. And again, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I wasn't a no-show, but here's what's great about it. The second email said, hey, you know what? Technically, if you're a no-show without canceling, you lose the credit. But you know what? We understand stuff happens sometimes. So if you want to drop us a note and tell us the circumstances as to what happened, we'll see what we can do and we can probably get your credit back. So basically, before I've even sent them the proof that, they made a mistake, which they basically have said, hey, you know what? Even if you screwed up, you know what? It's all, and we're not talking $5 or $10, right? This is a freaking $500 ticket. And they're basically saying to me, you know what? It's okay if you screwed up. Just drop us a line, give us the circumstances, and we love you. We're going to give you the credit anyway.
We want you to come back.
Exactly.
And everything that Kmart is telling me is we don't want you ever in our store again, Sandler. Just don't come back. We're not going to keep our shelves filled. We're going to keep the lights a little bit dim. We're going to make it a little bit cold in here so that it doesn't feel very welcoming. We're going to make it so our cashiers treat you like shit. We're going to make it so our customer service people are bothered every time you call. Welcome to Kmart. Kmart shoppers.
we're going to make a list, right? And we're going to put it in our bonus
Our
section.
unapproved vendors list.
Exactly. Do not go to these companies. Sprint, Comcast, Kmart. Don't go to any of them.
And here's what Strick and I will do as valuable members of our community of shoppers and givers and vendors and everything else. What we will do is, if anybody works at Kmart that is in our listening community, nice guy community, if anybody out there is a Kmart employee, manager, anybody that has any connections with anybody else big at Kmart, we will invite you on the show to dispute everything that I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
At what point does it get to be where you just say, hey, this guy he's just going off on us and this isn't fair? Well, you know what, Kmart? Screw you. I don't know. I have no idea what are you thinking?
Did you ever hear back from Brittany from Sprint?
Well, we got, the whole thing got resolved, right?
Yeah. But
No, Brittany never reached out to me. I think
what would be even better? If we have any listeners who are Southwest employees, I would love to hear from you and we can interview you. And by the way, it doesn't matter if you're like high level customer service. If you are a baggage handler from Southwest, okay, I would love to talk to you because I love the overall philosophy of the company and I would love to get some insight into that. And I know that the way Southwest is invested in their employees, everybody from the baggage handler to the ticker takers and everybody up and down the line is really invested in it and can really talk about it. And so I don't need some high level person that is used to being interviewed on podcasts. I want to talk to any Southwest employee. Reach out to us at DJ Doug at Nice Guy on Biz with a Z on Twitter, or email us at niceguysonbusiness@gmail.com because we really want to talk to you.
Yeah, I would love it. I'd love anybody that works at any of the bigger organizations that you really feel, I whenever I'm sitting on a Southwest flight, I look at I forget what the name of their magazine is, but in the back pocket of the seat back, they're always telling these great stories about the people that are a part of their organization. I would wonder if Kmart has the same publication. There is no way.
No.
Kmart, what is up? What is up? If you are trying, just the overall impression that you give me when I walk into your store, Mr. Mart, is that you do not want me there. You don't.
Right, Doug, we're 33 minutes in the podcast.
Oh, we better stop.
But you know what we're going to do tomorrow? Here's the deal for tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to have a speed round of actually getting to the topics that we've written down. How's that?
Okay.
You don't want to promise?
No, I don't. I don't want to promise that. I mean, we did talk business today. That was good, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, we did. We didn't say anything about the Nice Guy community, the Nice Guy page on Facebook. We definitely want people to head over there if they haven't joined. What is it? NiceShortcut.com.
That's it. NiceShortcut.com. Couldn't be easier.
It'll link you up to our what is that exactly? Our Facebook fan? It's not a Facebook fan page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's called our group page, our community
closed group.
Yeah, we do have fun in there. Brian Carson likes to go off a lot on.
Oh, yeah. We love that. We love that. Yeah, niceshortcut.com. And also use our Amazon link. If you are going to the show notes, just click on the Amazon link and it does not change your Amazon experience, your Amazon shopping experience at all. But the nice guys get a little commission and we appreciate it. Please help support the show. We would love you guys if you would do that.
Oh, stay tuned for tomorrow's show because I'm going to get Strickland to sing the Nice Guy Blues with sweetjumpsuit.com.
And then maybe we can have our listener purchase of the week from Amazon.com too.
Oh, yeah, let's do that too. All right, Nice Guy community, never underestimate the power of being nice. Special thanks to everybody that's a part of our world. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
The Nice Guys want to hear from you. Call 4242 DJ Doug and ask any questions you like. Well, except about the cloud. Nobody understands the cloud. Don't bring up Santa Claus either. Doug's still a believer.